Good day, model railroaders. This video we're going to stick two of these together. So we're going to make it double the length so we can do double the tank cars. So tank car oil loading platform. There is the part number there. 933-3104. Now in the first video we got that one there all done up. And it was a bit of a pain in the arse. So what have I learned doing the second one? Well, right off the bat, put your pipes together and stick them in the legs. But when you get this far, I'll show you this one over here, put the little tops on there. See the little round pieces? So put those on there right away, because you got a lot more freedom when it's loose like this. And I didn't paint this one, and it's going together a little bit nicer. So, like I said, do the legs, put those little round dewy things on there, let everything dry up, and we'll try painting this one after the fact. Okay, so if I find any other little tips and tricks I can do with this one, I'll let you know in a minute. Alright, hold on. Now doing the second kit for the oil loading platforms, it's at this point where you got the platform glued on, but you're going to want to do your painting because of all these pipes and stuff that come up on the front later on. So now is a perfect time, if you haven't already, paint your railings, and if you can, get in there and paint your piping. The other thing to figure out right now is what style of tank car you're going to use when you're doing these two kits. So when you put them together like this, if you're using this small style of tank car, this, if the trucks were all facing the right way, but this would be the perfect setup. That's if you're using the little tank cars. Now if you're using the newer style tank cars, you would probably have to flip this around, and there you go. So again, this is the point where you're going to paint it, and the other point you're going to have to make is what style of tank cars you're going to be using. Larger ones or the smaller ones. Okay, so I'll see you when I get it all painted up and the next part done. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, so we got this one all painted up. We got the top bracket on. I stuck the end piece on for the railings. And something else I've done different this time. These spout pieces here, like I said, they come with two pieces. See if we can see the hole. But this time I just did those by hand. Putting a little bit of glue down here. And then I dipped them in it and put them together by hand. I'll let them sit and dry, and if I got to clean them out a little bit, I've got a small drill bit I can do. But I do know they just fit over the top of those. So that'll be the next little project coming on. We'll get that onto there. And then we got to find a way to get this to match that. So, talk to you guys in a bit. Well, I got to say, there's a handy dandy little tool to have, a little pair of flush cuts. And as you can see, I used the flush cuts. I cut all the pipes off flush. One more little modification I want to do to that, but I'll do it last, and that's cut one of those legs off. And like I said, if you're going to be doing this kind of thing, putting two together, do that modification before you get those pipes on there, just so it's less that you've got on there to break. So, now we're going to get the pipes on, finished up. Cut that leg off there, glue the two together, and we'll have a finished product for two Walters Cornerstone tank car oil loading platforms stuck together. See how they look. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, so another little trick. Like I said, I was gluing on these little platforms here. These little paint jars are the perfect height to keep them straight. So get those all glued up. Got all the arms on, or all the spouts. So the stairs on one end of one, and I got the end part platform. Everything's all painted up. So now we just got to get the two of them glued together like so. So that's the next step, and it'll be the final step. Okay, so to put these two together, what I'm going to do is I took some pieces of sprue and I glued them into the decks there and there, so they kind of look like pipes. And we'll let this side dry up a little bit, then I'll glue the next one on there, and we'll have the two kits glued together. So I'll be right back when that's dried, and we'll have two kits made into one. So there we have the two kits together, and we'll do one final shot of a piece of track in front of them with a couple of the tank cars and a little bit of a panoramic view, and that will be this video of putting the two Walters tank car oil loading platforms together.